I came across this paper yesterday which speaks about what makes a research scholar productive. And I never knew actually that such papers also existed, because whenever I do literature review for my work or anything, always we come across papers related to a particular technique or a particular thing that we are looking for. And it is quite amusing. And some of the findings were, in productive atmosphere, students are more productive, obviously. Then having a female supervisor led to increased productivity in students, especially of engineering disciplines. This was one of the findings. If someone has a mid-career supervisor, then it means it leads to a higher productivity, or student feels more productive. If the supervisor is slightly senior, okay, but if they are constantly told to do, what not to do, then it has been linked to a lower productivity score. Having a supervisor which has a grant is associated with students publishing more papers, having more citations. This was one of the findings. Also, it's quite interesting to note that if a supervisor has more than 4 students under him, then it has been found that there is lack of productivity. There is lack of publishing papers, and whatever parameters were measured, they were less. So today we are going to speak about this only, what makes a research scholar productive. So PhD is like an information overload. You may be a scholar of any discipline, of any kind, of any subject. There will be so many things that you have to look after simultaneously. It becomes really difficult to filter what is actually needed and what you have to do. So having an organization system, okay, whether be it for different documents which are there, whether be it for your online notes, whether be it for different procedure or SOPs that you need to do. My online organization system is Notion, and I have done a detailed video on the Notion dashboard of a research scholar. All my notes and everything go into this dashboard. As far as offline documentation is concerned, I would suggest having a working file. When I say working file, it is more like a folder to have it in your bag. So whatever documents are generated as a part of the process, that you can just put it. This is what I also do. I have a folder in my bag permanently, which I carry to my lab. Whatever documents and everything are required, that I put over there, and once a week or once a month I sort out all the documents. And at home there are different files. Like for my PhD, there is a different file. I'm a UGC fellow, so UGC documents and all, everything goes into one file. Then I can sort and put things in respective files. But having one system where everything is captured, that's very important. I'll show a mind map for the procedure that I use. This is one thing that I use as part of the protocol, or one of the protocol. So mind map you can use for notes. I generally use it for SOPs and procedures, but you can use it for notes, everything, etc. So what happens is, it gives a bird's eye view of the different things. In PhD, there are things running simultaneously, and it's very easy to lose track of one. One thing will have 10 other parameters. So how will you keep track of all that? That you can do in a simple thing called as mind map. Okay, this does not have a timeline. You can put a marker or you can put a date for it. For timeline, I will suggest something else. Also, when there are tasks, you plan out tasks or anything, you can put one task as the highlight of the day. And if you are doing it in mobile, you can just color code it. There are several apps which allow you to do that. Or you can just in bracket put highlight, or put that particular task at the top, so you know it's a highlight. So whether other tasks get covered or no, whether they are checked off or no, the highlight task has to get checked. Whenever we speak about productivity or anything, there are a lot of parameters which are associated, and one thing is task management, what I've earlier mentioned. Okay, but one thing we ignore is attention management. Like scrolling social media in the morning, it just exhausts me. I may post, but going to the feed of others, it just exhausts me to an extent. Sometimes the motivation is not left to do any other task. Understanding these things, if there is anything specific, then you need to understand that and prioritize attention management. We may have all the time in the world. if the focus is not there, then even if that time is there, we won't be able to finish the tasks. Okay, this is the reality. I've been in so many situations where I had the time, but I was not in that mental health space or different things that I was doing, and I just couldn't pursue it. Understanding your priorities. For example, for me, I need a nap in the evening, and if I don't take a nap, my situation is no less than a zombie. Understanding what are the priorities you have. You may have certain conditions or you may have certain preferences as to productivity. Like sometimes I see some people, they prefer to write papers or anything in the morning. Some people do it while they are watching TV because they find that writing is less productive. Do yourself a favor and get a reference manager. A reference manager is key in understanding and organizing your references. Sometimes the reference articles are there, you put it in different folders in your computers and you are not able to organize it in one place. So reference manager will give you that place. I use Mendeley. Maybe I should come up with a tutorial for it, but there are several others like EndNote is there, Zotero is there. You don't have to pay anything, just install it. Install the plugin also, and you will be able to extract the references directly into your reference manager. It also allows you to take highlights, take notes, and also insert the citations in paper. If you do it manually, it will take a lot of time. All the references will get inserted in your paper in one click. Gantt charts are similar to bar graphs, except that it is timeline based. Okay. In bar graphs, sometimes time is not mentioned. Gantt charts are specifically to track what are the different parameters or what are the different projects that you are handling and what is the time. Okay. You can do it two ways. Either you do it in Excel, or there are several other apps. Even Notion allows you to do it, but the timeline feature I'm not fond of as far as Notion is concerned. There are several other apps. Asana does timelines and Gantt charts very well, very beautifully. There is an interesting extension, okay, it's called as GLASP. What it does basically is, whenever you open an article, you can just highlight whatever portion you require and it will go directly into the database in GLASP database, and from there, whatever information you want, you can just copy and paste it in your Notion. Okay. Even if you are reading articles, you can actually open the PDF in the Firefox or in Chrome, whatever, and use the extension to highlight it, okay, and then copy paste it into your Notion or whichever notepad or even Microsoft Word for that matter. Having a yearly calendar helps. I always feel that we speak about tasks, daily management, daily this, but we are not able to zoom out and have a bird's eye view of what all can happen in a year. So year is divided into months, so having a 2-page spreadsheets, this you can easily create in Excel and stick somewhere, or you can use a planner for that. I've already spoken about Task Manager. I use AnyDo. You can use an offline one. There are several others. There is Todoist, there is Wanderlust something. We are living in an era where everything is so accessible, there are resources, everything, and we should make full use of that. One bonus tip I have is planning your day the previous night. So if you are planning for tomorrow, you plan it so you have the idea of what you are going to do next. Okay, this has always helped me. This tip comes above all the tips, I feel. So these are some of the things that have really helped me. If there is anything in particular that has helped you, then let me know in the comments. I love to read your comments. I look forward to feedback and suggestions. Till the next time.